So before I go back to the phones, I want to tell. I've been wanting to get to this story about Ashley Judge or Naomi Judge and her so-called quote-unquote mental issues. 888-7753-773. You can get involved there. Some of you know this story already. I guess everybody might be aware of it now, most people at least. This is from the Daily Mail. And by the way, I believe Naomi is the woman that made the song, Grandpa, tell me about the good old days when the line between right and wrong wasn't so hazy. The Judge, yeah, they made that song. When lovers rarely ever went away. Amazing song. It's an amazing song. It really is. But anyway, Daily Mail. Country music star Naomi Judge has died at the age of 76. I didn't realize she was that old. Judge died by suicide, and when Nona and Ashley Judge issued a statement saying they lost their mother to the disease of mental illness. Number one, mental illness is not a disease. When all else fail, call everything a disease, right? It's not a disease, folks. It is not a disease, right? They died of mental illness. She had previously admitted to undergoing electroshock therapy, and said she considered suicide in recent years. That's amazing. Her disease was so bad she considered suicide, huh? They gave this woman electroshock therapy for spiritual issues. When I say that people with degrees are dumb, I rest my case now. Just think about that. They gave her, according to this report, electroshock therapy for spiritual issues of the mind. Like that was going to help it. And more from this story. She told Today's Show in 2017, that after the Judge stopped touring, she didn't get off the couch for 2 years. Isn't that amazing? She told the Today Show in 2017, after the Judge stopped touring, she didn't get off the couch for 2 years, falling into extreme and severe depression. And that's what happens when you sit still, you stop, you have that downtime. If you don't know what's going on with you, you'll fall into the darkness of the devil, and you would call it a disease, or you would call it depression. But what it really is, the ego is not being stroked. When she was touring, while she's out there singing, she feel good. But when she get home and nobody's around, the noise has stopped. The applause have stopped. The ego sets in. And this is why it's hard for the average person to be still, to have that downtime, that quiet time, to be alone, because they don't want to feel that feeling of feeling like nobody, of feeling like nothing, of feeling like they're not important, or they're not smart, or they don't have friends, or they're alone. They don't want that. That ego cannot handle that. And that's why most people stay busy, either on your cell phone, on your computer, or watching TV, or doing something. Got to find somebody to hang out with. I can't sit still. I feel depressed. Oh, I feel fear. I feel lonely. I feel this. It's not you, folks. It's the spirit of darkness. It's the devil. that made a home in you, and you have identified with the devil. It is not you. And you got to, if you want to overcome this thing, the spirit, we are possessed. Everyone who's born through the mother is possessed. They are possessed with the demons of the devil. You're born in sin. And the world tells you, oh, you're just depressed. Here's a pill. You're depressed. Here's electroshock therapy for you. You're depressed. Call it STD or whatever they call that mess. But you're not depressed. You're of the devil. You must be born of the Father, of the light. But because you have identified with the devil as you, the thoughts and the pain you think are your own. And you go to a degree person, psychologist, psychiatrist, counselor, doctor, they tell you, oh, yeah, you are depressed. No, you're not. You're possessed. Your mind is possessed. That's why your mind has to be renewed. And everyone who has iota of anger is possessed with the devil, by the devil, and don't know it. You hear the callers when they call in about this. Oh, I tried to do the silent prayer, but I just couldn't sit still. I tried to do the silent prayer, but too many thoughts. I couldn't handle it. Am I doing it right? Blah, 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 right? When you sit quiet, you're going to see the devil. And if you stay with it, you will overcome him. And it's not you, but the Father that will come and make a home in you. He will cause you to overcome it. But you must forgive so you can have the power of the light, which is the nature of God, to fight the darkness of the devil, the nature of the devil. Otherwise, it's not going to happen, folks. You're not depressed. You don't have anxiety. You're not lonely. You identify with the darkness, with the devil, and you think that is you, and it's not. You're not guilty of anything. You're not guilty. You're being controlled. The things you want to do, you can't. And the things you don't want to do, you do. You must realize that it's not you, but the spirit that made a home in you. And stop taking credit for it as though it's you. And this woman, mental illness, this woman couldn't even get off the couch after she went home from singing. Somebody should have told her, hey, you need to forgive. You need to stop identifying with the devil, because every time you identify with the devil, you worship the devil. Every time you identify with thoughts and feelings, you're not your feelings. They are not from God. They are not from you. The good one, so-called good one, or the bad one, they're all evil. And people live off the feeling. What do you think would happen with that woman, the Kardashian family, those women? If they didn't have that TV show and got all the attention, their little ego would destroy them. It would wipe them out. Entertainers, they can't stop entertaining. They have to do crazy stuff to keep it going. If it meant walking her out in the public naked. Look at that fat. There's this woman that's supposed to be like a singer, a rapper or something. Black woman, fat black woman, Lizzo, thank you. She walk outside darn naked and fat and gross naked. And you think she's going to put that down? All the attention is getting her? The ego won't let her do that. She'll feel like nothing. All ego, you must die from the ego, folks. You must be born again. So anyway, she told, this woman, Judd, told Today's Show in 2017 that after the judge stopped touring, she didn't get off the couch for 2 years, falling into extreme and severe depression. So all the money and the fame she had, that did not work. if she had any money. It didn't work. It did not work. She said she even scouted out a bridge near her family farm to jump from. And Satan will tell you that. You know what? Look, your life ain't worth a dime. You are not worth a dime. Nobody care about you. You're lonely. And you fall for it, you might as well take your life. You ain't, what you living for? What's the purpose of living? And you have to go jump off a bridge. Isn't that amazing? Or you get high or something to make you feel good. To make not you feel good, your ego feel better. She said that one night, her husband and daughter actually called 911, and she entered therapy, eventually undergoing electroshock therapy to jumpstart the chemicals in her brain. It ain't got nothing to do with chemical in your brain, folks. It's spiritual. You must be born of the light, which is of the Father, men and women. Don't let these, do what you want, of course, but I wouldn't let these people convince me I need electroshock for spiritual issues, right? This is why you got to start thinking for yourself. Know for you as smart or smarter than they are. You know the truth. You just forgot because of your anger. It will all come back once you overcome the anger. You must be of love. To love God with all your heart, all your soul, all your might, along with nothing or nobody else. You can get no identity from anybody or anything if you want to be of true love. Nobody, and you need to watch yourself. You'll see the thrills you get from when people say something nice about you, or they smile, or they this or that. It makes you feel good. That's ego. That's the devil. Get to know yourself. You'll see what's going on with you, and you'll be fine. But you got to be still and know. Satan wants you busy. That's why he's always talking to you, keep your attention away from really knowing the truth. It's within you. You must love God with all your heart and love your neighbor as yourself. So Ashley Judd needed to overcome her anger. And she took suicide. If it's true, and it seemed to be true, I mean, not Ashley, but Naomi. She couldn't handle the issues of life, and she took her life. She killed herself, if it's true. Because she couldn't handle the issues. That's what people with suicide do. They kill themselves because they can't handle the issues of life. Amazing. And don't forget to like, follow, tweet, subscribe, and share the Just Lee Peterson radio show, folks. We really appreciate it. We are at war. It is a spiritual battle for the soul of America. And it's going to take all of us to do it.